morning students, how are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine. Dear students, here I am back again with a new video, and today in this video we are going to start chapter number 9, data handling for class 6th. Again, this is not a new topic for you. You have studied data handling in your 5th standard also, isn't it? So the introduction part is already clear to you related to data handling. There you have worked with telemarks, then pictographs, isn't it? And also bar graphs we have seen. But that was just an introduction, students. Now these three topics you are going to study in detail in your 6th standard. Okay, without any delay, let's start, students. So data handling, what do you mean by data, students? Data is just the collection of information. Okay, mostly it is in numerical form. So collection of information is known as your data. To handle that information, handling means to handle the information. How to handle means you have to record that information, then you have to organize the information properly so that you can get some results. You can infer from some results from that data. So this is known as data handling. Okay, data can be in the form of numericals means numbers. Okay, mostly the data which we get is in the form of numbers only, but it is not necessary. Okay, it can either be in the form of numbers, or it can be some text, or it can be some pictures also. Okay, one example I'll give you, students. Suppose in your class 40 students are there, and each students like to bring some different thing in his lunch box. Okay, some like to bring paratha, some like to bring chowmein, some like to bring poha. Means each students like some different item. But suppose from 40 students, 5 students like puri and aloo ki sabzi in their lunch boxes. So that means 5 students, the choice is same only, na, puri and aloo ki sabzi. So that means, so this is just one example that how the data can be. Okay, suppose 3 students like poha, 5 students like aloo puri sabzi, 6 students like dosa and all. So this is also a type of data, and for easily getting some inferences from that data, you can do, you can either draw tables using telemarks, or you can represent it using pictograph, or the data can also be represented using bar graph. So students, to record the data and to organize this, the following 3 ways we are going to see in your 6th standard. The first way is telemarks, the another way is pictograph, and the third way is bar graph. Telemarks, mostly when we are asked to show the data in tabular form, students. Which form? Tabular form. Tabular means table, in the form of table. That time we can use the telemarks. Okay, for telemarks we use such vertical strokes. Suppose if you want to show 3 units, 3 numbers you want to show. So for each number you are going to put this vertical stroke. Okay, again we will see each and every topic in detail in this video. For now, just I am giving you a small introduction. Then what do you mean by pictograph, students? The word picto refers picture. If you want to represent the data using pictures, that time you have to use pictograph. And if you want to represent the data using bars, that time you will be using bar graph. So these are the 3 ways by which we can collect the data, we can organize the data, and then we can interpret some result from the given data. Okay, students, so this was just a small introduction related to data handling. Now students, let us start our first exercise, exercise 9.1. There we will be solving the questions related to telemarks and pictographs, and again I will be explaining you in detail. So let us see, students. So students, telemarks. When we are asked to show the information or the data in tabular form. Which form? Tabular form. Tabular form means in the form of table. That time we have to use telemarks. Okay, and for telemarks we have to draw vertical strokes. Look here, suppose I want to show there are 4 pens. Just for example, I want to show 4 pens using telemarks. So what I will do, I will draw 4 marks. How? Let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the single vertical stroke is your telemark. Now this is showing 4 pens. Understood, students? Now if I want to show 5 pens, then 5 strokes you are going to draw. But the 5th stroke, you are not going to draw it vertically. 5th stroke will be diagonally. This shows a group of 5 units, students. Okay, this shows a group of 5 units. Now if I want to show 8 pens, how many number of pens? 8 pens. Then what I'll be doing? 1 2 3 4 5. Got it, students? Now 6 7 8. So this is the group of 5. For another number or another unit, you are going to draw some more telemarks. Now if I want to show 11, how much is this now? 8. So again 9. Now 10th one again will be a diagonal. So 5 5 ka group banta. Okay, so 5 5 10. Now this one is 11. I hope this thing is clear to you, and also you have already seen in your 5th standard. Still one introduction I have given to you about telemarks. That's all, students. Now simply we can start our first exercise. We will get the questions there. For that we have to draw the telemarks. So without any delay, students, take out exercise 9.1. Question number 1 we are going to see here. Okay, so let us see question number 1. In a mathematics test, the following marks were obtained by 40 students. Arrange these marks in table using telemarks. So students, you are given with the marks of 40 students. You can see in your textbook a table is given now. Now if I ask you how many students got 8 marks, what you have to do? You are going to count and then you will tell now. Or if I ask you how many students got the minimum marks, first you have to search for the minimum marks, then you will count how many number of students got the minimum marks. So it will take a lot of time na. So for saving our time, what we can do, we can arrange the data in the tabular form. इसीलिए हम table बनाएंगे and we will be using telemarks. So what will happen? We can easily record, we can easily organize the data, and simply we can interpret the result also. When we will draw this table about the certain details given, then it will be very easier for us to find the minimum marks, maximum marks, or how many students got minimum marks, like that. Okay, let us see, students. Okay, so you can see that table now. After that table also 2 points are given, 2 questions are given, but that we will discuss later. First here we are going to show this data using telemarks. Okay, so students, what I have done here, I have taken 3 columns. First column will be for marks, the marks which 40 students have secured, that you are going to write here. Then the next column is for telemarks. Okay, and then the third column is for number of students. You can see na 8 1 3 7 6 like this. So many number of times the same mark is repeated. So what we will do, we will write each mark separately here, and then we will count how many students got that mark, and then we will be drawing its telemarks, and then we can simply count and write the number of students. So students, let us see. First we have to write the marks here na. See how many marks are given. We will arrange it. Okay, 8 1 3 7 6 5 5 means 1 is there, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 up to 9 is the highest mark, you can see. So one time we will be writing the marks secured by each student separately. 1, then some of the students got 3, then 2 3, then some of them have got 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, I have written the marks which the students have secured. Now the number of repetitions for the marks we are going to show under number of students. So let us see, students, now how to put the telemarks. I will tell you one trick. Never see, as it is given 8, so no need of wasting your time in counting 8. How many times 8 is given, then you will draw the telemarks. No, that way is not correct. What we will do, look here. What is the first number? 8. Go to 8 and put one stroke like this. Okay. What is the next number? It is 1. Go to 1, put one stroke. It will save a lot of time. The next one is 3, then 7, then 6, then 5, again 5, 4, 4, 2, okay, 4, then 9, then next number is 5 again, then 3, 7, 1, 6, 5, 2, 7. So each mark we are marking here. Then after 7, again 7, 3, 8, 4, 2, 8, 9, 5. Now students, the next mark again is 5, but you can see here now how many marks are there? 4 marks already you have put. Now for 5th mark you are going to put one telemark diagonally. Okay, then 8, 6. Okay, fine. Then the next one is 7, again 5th mark. Okay, 5, 5th time 7 is coming. Then 4, again 5th time 4 has appeared. Then 5, then 6, then 9, then again 6, 5th time, then 4, again 4, again 6 and 6. So here I have put the telemarks for the given marks. Okay, now what to do? Now let us see how many students got 1. Just count the telemark, 1, 2. So here I will write 2. How many students got 1 mark students? 2 students. See how easily now we can interpret the result. Now how many students got 2 here? 3 students got 2 here. Then how many students got 3? Again 3 students got 3 marks. Then how many students got 4? 5 plus 2. 7 students got 4. 6 students got 5. Then 5, 6, 7. 7 students got 6. Then 7 students got, 5 students got 7. Then 4 students got 8. And 3 students got 9 students. Understood? Now its sum will be equal to 40. Why? How many students were there? 40. Let us check our answer is correct or not. 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 plus 7 15, 15 plus 6 21, 21 plus 7 28, 28 plus 5 33, 33 plus 4 37, 37 plus 3 40. Exact 40 we are getting. If you want you can show here total 40. Okay students, so here we have represented marks obtained by 40 students using telemarks. Okay. Now if you ask me how many students got 1, I can easily tell 2. If you ask me how many students got maximum marks, so how much is the maximum mark? Maximum mark here is 9. How many students got 9? 3 students got 9. Understood students? So like this we can easily record and organize data, and then we can infer some important information from the given data. Okay students, now we will discuss the 2 questions which were given just below the table. You can see point number A, find how many students obtained marks equal to or more than 7. Underline these words students, equal to or more than 7. You have to tell the number of students who have got 7, it is given equal to 7. That means who have got 7 or more than 7. So let us see how many students got 7. Here is 7. How many students got 7? 5. So here is my first answer students. I will write here 5 plus. Then more than 7 how many got? 8 and 9. 8 4 students have got, and 9 3 students have got. Okay fine. Let us add them. 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 3 10 11, 12 students got 7 or more than 7 students. Understood? Point number B also let us see. How many students obtained marks below 4? Below 4 means 4 se come. So how many students got below 4? Which are the marks below 4 here? 3, 2, 1. All these marks, all these 3 marks are below 4. So how many students got 1 students? 2. Then how many students got 2? 3 students got 2. Okay. Then how many students got 3? Again 3 students got 3. Add them. 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 2 8. So here I will write that 8 students got below 4. See how easily we have made this data using, we have recorded this data using telemarks. I hope the solution is clear to you, and how to prepare the, how to make table using telemarks, that is also clear to you. Let us see question number 2 students, same pattern question you can see in your textbook. Following is the choice of sweets of 30 students of class 6th. You can see there what is written: laddu, barfi, laddu, jalebi, laddu, rasgulla, and like that. So here 30 students choice of sweets is written. Then what we have to do? Point number A, arrange the names of sweets in a table using telemarks. So again we have to represent this data using telemarks in a table. Point number B, which sweet is preferred by most of the students? Which sweet is preferred by most of the students means how many more students like which sweet is liked by most of the students. Okay, so maximum number of students like which sweet, that you have to tell. Can you tell it now? Which sweet is preferred by most of the students? You can, what you have to do, you have to see na, how many got laddu, how many got barfi. But again, if you will count here, it will take much time. So what we can do, we can use table, we can arrange this data in table, and then we can easily tell which sweet is liked by most of the students and which sweet the students like minimum. Okay students, so again 3 columns I have taken. First column is for sweet, second column is for telemarks, and the third column is for number of students. So let us write the sweets. How many sweets are there? Laddu, barfi, jalebi, rasgulla. 4 main sweets are there. So I am writing here. Laddu, then barfi, then jalebi, then rasgulla. Okay students, here I have written the name of the sweets. Fine. Then now let us again start. How many simply first stroke we'll put for laddu, second barfi, then again laddu. You can now you understood now how to put the telemarks. So like in the same manner you are going to put the telemarks. Seeing each sweet you are going to put the strokes. Okay. So students, I have already drawn the telemarks here. Now simply we'll count the number of students. So how many like laddu? 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 1, 11. Okay. Then how many like barfi? Only 3 students like barfi. How many like jalebi? 5 plus 2, 7 students like jalebi. How many like rasgulla? 5 plus 4, 9. Okay. Now its total should be total number of students, that is 30. Let us check. 11 plus 3, 14, 14 plus 7, 21, 21 plus 9 will give you 30. Got it students? So first point we have solved here, that arrange this data in tabular form. We have done. Now point number B was, which sweet is preferred by most of the students? So students, you can see how many students like laddu? 11 students. So which sweet is preferred by most of the students? It is laddu. Okay. Now if I ask you which sweet is preferred by minimum number of students, so minimum means less. Only 3 students like barfi. Got it students? Okay, so this was your second solution. Now students, question number 3. Question number 3 will be your work. Same pattern question. Again for question number 3 you are going to draw table using telemarks. So third question is your work. You are going to solve question number 3. Now quickly let us start question number 4 students. Okay, so students, question number 4 now we will be working with. From question number 4 we will be working with pictograph, and for this questions pictograph is already drawn. We just have to interpret the result. The questions which the questions which are asked, we have to simply go through the pictograph. We have to understand the pictograph and accordingly we have to give the answer. Okay students, so let us see in your textbook question number 4. Following pictograph shows the number of tractors in 5 villages. You can see 2 columns are given, villages and number of tractors. Near number of tractors you can see a small picture of a tractor and there it is written 1 tractor. Students, this is the scale. Okay, scale of pictograph means for one, it is with this scale it is clear that one picture of tractor shows how many tractors? Only 1 tractors. So when we will draw pictograph, then we have to also show this scale. You will draw one picture of the item which you are going to show and you will write there the number of items that one picture shows. Okay, so for here 1 picture shows 1 tractor only. Then 5 villages A, B, C, D, E are given. In village A, how many tractors are students? Are there students? Count the number of pictures for tractors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pictures are given for village A. Na? So 1 picture shows 1 tractor only. That means village A has 6 tractor students. Okay, village B 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Village B has 5 tractors. You can just write the number near the picture. For village A near 6th picture you can write 6. For village B you can write 5 near 5th picture. For village C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tractors are there in village C. Village D 1, 2, 3 only 3 tractors. Village E 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tractors are there, students. So you can see village A and village E have same number of tractors. Now both are having 6 tractors. Okay. Observe the pictograph and answer the following question. We have observed. Now let us see the questions. First one. Which village has the minimum number of tractors? So students, you can answer na. For which village the number of the picture of tractor is less? Only for village D. We can see that village D has only 3 tractors. So the minimum number of tractors are there in village D. So simply here you are going to write the answer for for first point. I have written A mistakenly. First point, village D has minimum number of tractor. If you want, you can write the whole sentence, okay, that village D has the minimum number of tractors. Then students, second question, which village has the maximum number of tractors? So we have seen that here village C has 8 tractors, the maximum number of tractors. So here you can write the second answer, that village C has the maximum number of tractors. Then point number third, how many more tractors village C has as compared to village B? It is already clear that village C has more tractors than village B, but you have to compare them. For comparing, you have to subtract them, and then you have to tell how many more tractors village C has than village B. So students, third point, first we'll write the number of tractors village C has. So number of tractors in village C. So we have already written the marking na, 8 tractors, okay. Then in village B, how many tractors are there? In village B, 5 tractors are there. So compare how many more tractors are there, students? 3 more tractors na. So we will write here. Simply you can write 3, or you can write in sentence also, that village village C has 3 more tractors as compared to village B. Okay, students. Okay, then fourth point, what is the total number of tractors in all the 5 villages? So what to do? You will write the number of tractors in all the villages and you will add village A, B, C, D, E. How many tractors were there? Let us write. Village A 6, village B 5, village C 8, village D 3 and village E 6. Add them. How much you will get? You will get 28. So students, there are 28 tractors in all. Like this, we have to see the pictograph, we have to observe, and then we can simply answer. And note it down. And one more thing, students, you will be having doubt that we have to write the full question or not. So students, for question 1, 2, 3, you have to write the whole question in your notebook. Question 1, 2, 3, whole question you will be writing. But from question number 4 to question number 7, no need to write and draw this pictograph. You can simply write the points. You are going to write the questions for this only. You will put the question number and you will write the question related to first, second, third and fourth point. That's all. No need to draw the pictograph. Okay. Note it down, then we'll see the next question. So students, question number 5th. The number of girl students in each class of a co-educational middle school is depicted by the pictograph. Okay, fine. 2 columns, class 1 to class 8 is given. Number of girl students, I told you na, scale. Here one picture of girl shows how many girl students? 4 girls. You can see na, near number of girl students, one picture of a girl is given and it is indicating that this picture is showing 4 girls. Okay, now let us observe the pictograph. Class 1, how many girls are there, students? Count the picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For first number, how many pictures are given? 6. So near that pictures, you will write like this. 6 into 4. Why, students? Because 6 pictures, one picture is showing 4 girls. So 6 pictures will show how many girls? 4 girls. So here I will write class 1, 6 fours are 24. So that means in class 1 24 girls are there. Where you have to write in your textbook, in that table itself you can write. Okay. Then for class 2, how many pictures are given? 1, 2, 3, 4 and half of a picture is given. So how I will write for class 2, let us see. 4 complete pictures, so 4 into 4, 16. Okay students, and 1 half picture. 1 half picture means how many girls, students? Half of 4 is how much? 2. So here separately I will write 16 plus 2 girls. Then it will be clear to us. Okay. So 16, 17, 18 girls. Okay. Then for class 3, how many pictures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 fours are 20. Okay. Then for class 4, 1, 2, 3 and a half picture. So 3 into 4 plus 2 girls. Like this we can write. So 3 fours are 12. 12 plus 2, 14 girls are there in class 4th. Then 5th, 1, 2. So 2 into 4 plus again 2 girls. Half picture, half number. Okay. So 8 plus 2, that means 10 girls. Then 6th, 4 pictures, so 4 into 4, 16 girls are there in class 6. Then 7, 1, 2, 3, 3 pictures, so 3 fours are 12 girls are there. Okay students, if you will write like this now, then it will be very easier to answer the questions given. Okay, that's why I am asking you to write this. It is not necessary in exam also, no need of writing this, but to make you understand very clearly I am asking you to note this. Okay, then class 8, 1 complete picture, that means 1 into 4 and a half picture means plus 2 girls. Then students, 4 plus 2, that means 6 girls. Understood? Now let us answer the first question. First question is, which class has the minimum number of girl students? So which class has the minimum number of girl students? Students, first 24, second class 18, third 20 girls, fourth 14 girls, fifth 10 girls, then 16, 12, 6. Here you can see only 6 girls are there in class 8. So my first answer is class 8 has the minimum number of girl students. Okay, class 8. Then point number B, is the number of girls in class 6 less than the number of girls in class 5th? Let us check. Class 6th has 16 girls, class 5th has 10 girls. But in the question it is asking that is class 6 having less number of girls than class 5th? No, here you can see that class 5th is having less number of girls. So here simply we'll write no. Okay. Then point number C. How many girls are there in class 7th? We have already counted. In 7th there are 12 girls. Got it students? With this we have solved question number 5 also. Okay, that's all for today students. Only one question is homework for you, that is question number 3. In the next class we are going to begin with question number 6. That's all for today. Thank you.